welcome back to the farm. If you're new here, my name is Nina. I'm a homeschooling, homesteading mom of 4, ages 8 down to 4, and I am married to Daniel. And here on my channel, we talk all about homeschooling, homesteading, and homemaking. Today's video is video number 3 in my curriculum picks video for the 2021-2022 school year. So if you have missed the last 2 videos, I have done our family subjects and our 4th grade picks. So these are the picks for my second daughter. She is 3rd grade / 2nd grade. And the reason why I say that is because she was very eager to start school when she turned 5. And so we let her, she has a January birthday, and so we let her start her school career, or as you may call it. We let her start that when she turned 5 in January instead of making her wait until August of that year. So she's kind of in between grades. That's it. Every year when I do these videos, I'm like, she's my one that's kind of, I'm not quite sure about it. She's always asked me, she comes to me, and when everybody asks her what grade she's in, she always looks up at me like, I don't know, Mom, where am I at in school? So for her, she will start out as a 2nd grader, but she will finish the year a 3rd grader. She is moving right along. She does very well in school. She loves school. She does anything and everything I throw it at her and does it with ease. She's a very smart little girl. And not to say that none of the other ones aren't, but she does not give me any problems about school. That's, I guess, kind of what I'm getting at. So I'm going to show you the curriculum picks for her. These are mostly language and math. I went over all the other subjects in our family picks. Our family subjects and the picks I did for that. So look for those links to those videos down in the description below if you're interested in those and have missed that. So to start off with, we are doing mostly Masterbooks this year. I like the fact that everything is kind of got like a biblical worldview, and everything has the Bible woven into it. So we like that aspect in our family. So we are going to be doing language lessons for a Living Education 3. She is finishing up level 2 right now. We are working through the summer. We had to take a couple of months off. So we are working through the summer, and we will start this in our new school year starting in the mid-July. So if you are unfamiliar with how this works, it is very Charlotte Mason based. Has picture study, stories, narration, all of the good things that are all that Charlotte Mason is known for in here. So as you open the book, you have a scope and sequence just to kind of tell you like what you're going to be covering in that course. This covers this covers vocabulary, grammar skills, writing of paragraphs, proofreading. I think that's all of them. And starting into writing skills. So they said that these lessons should be about 20 to 30 minutes long, and that's another reason why we like this course, is because it's kind of short and sweet. It's very concise and gives does not overload, and it also just gives in bite-sized pieces the information that they need. This course also will bring in this book, which is 100 favorite stories from the Bible. You start reading this in this level. Last year we did this with this course. Jameson is finishing that up. Our oldest is finishing this course up now, and I would usually read the story to him, and he would answer the questions and draw the picture and all the things that they have you do. But there is a additional piece to this course besides this book. What else is in here? You also have your schedule. You have a note from the author. It's telling you about the course, kind of giving you some teaching helps, and running everything of kind of like all the extras in the course by you. And then you have your schedule. I like that this lays everything out in black and white. I don't have to guess. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to come up with a schedule on my own based upon whatever this book says. So it is laid out for 180 days, 36 weeks. In the state of Georgia where we are required to school for 180 days. So this is perfect for us. And so it lays it out in 4 quarters, 2 semesters. On the day one of the lessons, you will have a story. The highlighted areas are what your kids read. You read the rest, so it's kind of bringing you in and going back and forth, not to overwhelm them. It gives you some narration practice, and then you go into your worksheets. So this is day 1, day 2. Very short. And the first couple of weeks are review from the previous course, just so that you don't jump in, because, you know, if you follow a traditional school schedule, you've probably been on break for 10 to 12 weeks. And so it doesn't just like flop you into something. You do review for the first couple of weeks. And then this day 4 is where you pick up this book right here, this one, that I talked about a minute ago. So you do some copy work out of it, and drawing and art is involved in here too. Day 5 is where you get into spelling. I'm not that huge a fan of spelling. If you saw our 4th grade picks, you know that already. It's not that it's bad. I want something where they get everyday practice with it, and we could do that. But I would be to do that more on my own. And with 4 kids, I just need something to tell me what to do. But anyway, so that's not the favorite thing, is spelling practice. So I will tell you in a minute what we're using for spelling. We will probably still do this worksheet on day 5, or we may drop it. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. For her, she will probably do it. My oldest probably will not. I'm not going to require it. And then they also go through picture study on here, and then there are times where they will do a poem. I'm trying to see if I can find one. But on that first page, it'll be a poem instead of a story. It follows the storyline of the characters of Mr. Lopez and some kids that are in his Sunday school class, Clara and Micah. And so you follow them through language lessons. And we have been reading about them for now 2 lessons. And I think that we'll carry on and through the rest of language lessons. So the kids enjoy kind of getting to follow these characters through these lessons, and they get to know them, and they look forward to reading all about them. So that's kind of our main language curriculum that we're using. As I said, I wasn't that huge a fan of spelling out of that. So what we are using for spelling this year is from BJU Press. It is spelling 2. We are doing 2 with her because, again, I said she's kind of third and 2nd grade. And for me, anything that I failed at over the past couple of years or that did not work well for us was spelling. So that's why I said I wanted a good curriculum to be able to follow. I just haven't found anything that I liked. We tried All About Spelling. It didn't really work. We tried the Evan Morris spelling book. It really didn't work. So I'm hoping this does, and we can kind of stick with this. But from what I see and what I like, what I see in this, I really like. I like the fact that this teaches spelling rules. And that was a problem I was having, is I wanted something that was a little more traditional, but something that also taught the spelling rules, and something that just didn't give, this is your list, do a couple of activity sheets with it, and then take a test. Or this is your list, memorize it, and then take a test. I wanted something that actually taught the spelling rules and kind of taught them how to spell, and why certain words are pronounced the same way, but they're not spelled the same way, and why they have different meanings, and all the things. So I really like the way that this is laid out. So this is your instruction manual. It gives you instructions on like teaching helps, as most teachers' manuals do. Kind of tells you how to read the pages on the instruction manual, like what each one's for. Gives you kind of your weekly routine, how to better help your student through these, and then lays out the lesson plan overview, just to kind of show when things are due and how you want to follow that. This is it has 32 lists, so this actually goes for 32 weeks. So we will not start this when we start this, because if we do, we'll I kind of ease our kids into it. So I will not start everything at one time. So this may start like week 2 or week 3. And then it gives you a learn to spell words, like a little checklist to look, say, think, write, and check for the kids. This is also in the kids' workbook as well. And then it goes into your actual list. This is what the student page will look like for those days. So it gives you day 1, the instructions that you need, the materials that you need, and then as you can see there's the answers on that page as well. And it walks you through each component of that week, and then it tells you when to give practice tests, post test, all that stuff. I like the fact that it works with, like, you're working with the words, you're also doing a word study, and you're working on dictionary skills and vocabulary and all of that stuff, and proofreading along with spelling, not just learning to spell the words as well. So I have high hopes for this. I hope it's going to work well for us. And here's a look at the student book. And you open up, it's got those pages, it's got the list there for practice, has your contents, there's that list I was talking about of how to learn words. And so here's the one, and it goes along with phonics concepts. That's how the lists are broken out. So you have your list here, you have memory words to go with, and these are perforated, so if you wanted to tear them out you could. And then you have your different worksheets to go along with it that you can work on, and then it goes into the next sheets or the next list. So that's what we'll be using for spelling for our 3rd/2nd grader. The last component of language arts that we are going to use is Explode the Code. Now, when I said this in a previous video, I said it was our busy work, and I did not mean that this was unimportant. I just meant that this is when I need the kids to work on something because I'm working with somebody else. I wanted to give them something that was still going to be beneficial for them. It was not going to be twaddle, as Charlotte Mason says. It was going to something that was going to reiterate concepts that they've already learned and just kind of help hone in on phonics skills. So we do Explode the Code. We've done Explode the Code since the kids were in kindergarten. And so she is going to finish up her level 3. We're not quite done with that. And then she's going to do 3.5 and 4 this year. It just depends on how fast our kids go through that. She may get on to 4.5. I'm not sure. We'll just see. I have it if she does. But I like the fact that this just helps with phonics skills. It goes over word families and digraphs and all the things that go with phonics, and just reiterating on paper what our kids are learning. So in their other language curriculums. So moving on to math. Math is what we are changing this year. We, as I said in my 4th graders video, my husband went with us to a he went with me to the Homeschool conference, and as we were walking through the exhibit hall and just kind of thinking over what we wanted to do for our kids for the year, he suggested that we change our math curriculum. And he is very math minded, and he is an engineer, and so he does math every day, all day long. And he wanted something for our kids that was more like related to life, and like being able to use math every day. And math lessons for a living education is just that. So we are going to be doing this for our kids. All 4 of them will have some form of level of this for each of them. She is going to be doing level 2. And so we have those components. As I said, I know third grade / 2nd grade. And the reason why I went back to level 2 is these are not graded levels. These are just level 1, level 2. But we're coming from Math UC, which is very mastery, and going into something that is more spiral. So I wanted to make sure that we didn't have any holes. So a good portion of this book is going to be review for her, And then we're going to get into the concepts that she has not learned yet. She will probably blaze through this halfway through the year. I'll probably have to buy her the level 3 book, and that's okay. That's fine. We're going to move at her pace and move how she wants to move. If it's too easy for her, we'll skip over some things and just keep going. But I just wanted to make sure that we didn't miss any holes in addition and subtraction. And this works with place value, money, telling time, and all of that stuff. So I just want to make sure we didn't miss anything. So that's why I stuck her back in level 2. I did take the readiness test for her, and this is where she tested at. So so in this, it's like all the other books that Masterbooks has. If you're familiar with it, it gives you a list of manipulatives that you will need and supplies that you'll need. It talks about different assignments. It just has the teacher helps in the beginning to kind of help you teach the course and tell you what you need to do. It's got the schedule laid out exactly for you. This is scheduled for 180 days, which for us in Georgia is what we're required to teach. So there's no guesswork here. I don't have to go and reinvent the wheel. Everything's laid out for me as I dive into it. It is set up in story form. So the first day, you're going to read a story about the characters of Charlie and Charlotte and follow them through the different levels. And then you move on. So that day you will have the story, and then you will have an exercise. Every day has an exercise. Today was the first day that we started this, and I just set a timer for like 10 or 15 minutes. And because I knew that this beginning part was going to be fairly easy for them, I said we were just going to do you can do as many pages as you want in 15 minutes, but you have to be, if you get them wrong, we were going to go back and review it. And so she was able to do 4 exercises in one day, or 3.5. She got halfway through 4. But like I said, a lot of this is going to be really easy for her, but it just goes through working on copy work, making sure you can count. This has the days of the week, calendar things, months of the year. Then you get into subtraction and addition, place value, does some things with money, telling time. I think this may actually go into a little bit of fractions. This has temperatures. I'm just looking here, graphs. I don't think this one gets into fractions. I think actually Jameson's goes into fractions. I forgot to mention that in his video. But anyway, so we're going to be doing that. This is the practice sheets and quizzes that tie in along with this workbook if they need extra practice, or if you want to get quizzes, reviews. This also has the answer key is in the back of this book as well as in this book. It has your manipulative pack is in the back of this book as well. I went ahead and bought the addition and subtraction flashcards for them, so we will get that out. And then there's also a math teaching companion that just kind of holds your hand as you go through the course. It just walks you through each level, so you can use this for level K all the way to level 6. It talks a little bit about each level. It explains the manipulatives, why they're important, what you need, how to use them. It also gives different recipes that are needed for different levels. Talks about anything else that you need to know. And then there's also the readiness test for the different levels are in the back of this book as well. I highly recommend that you give that to your kid if you're coming from a different curriculum, just so that you make sure that you place them in the right level that they need to be in. Like I said, this is level, not necessarily graded. It's recommended for 2nd grade, but not necessarily. It just depends on where your kid is at in their stage of education. So those are all the picks that we have for our 3rd/2nd grader. She is looking forward to diving into all of this stuff. She's seen it on the shelf for a couple of months now, and she is so excited. So if you haven't done so already, please give this video a thumbs up and come back for video number 4. I'm trying to think of where I'm at in the lineup. Video number 4 that talks about our kindergarten, 1st grade, not kindergarten. Oh my goodness. She's in 1st grade now. Our 1st graders curriculum picks. on the next video. If you have not done so already, please subscribe so you don't miss those videos. And we look forward to having new videos out for you on a more regular basis. And we hope that you have a great day. And we'll catch you in a new video very soon. Bye, guys.